Good evening, Discovery School parents and families. I'm so excited to see you here on campus again. I have a very special guest with me this evening. I'm sure most of you recognize this face by now. This is our new assistant principal.
Hey guys, I am Natalie Hopkins. I have been assistant principal for 4 years, and this is my fifth. Amazing.
Year.
This is my fifth city schools to be at, like in my whole career. So most of my career I taught 5th and 6th grades. That's where I did most of my teaching at Northfield and Cason, and I'm so excited and happy to be here at the Discovery School with all of you.
You will be able to read more about Miss Hopkins when you receive that PTA newsletter. There is a whole little blurb about her introducing herself. I hope that you take time to get to know Miss Hopkins, as she's going to be a true asset to the Discovery School this year. And hopefully many more years to come. Maybe this will be her last school at Murfreesboro City. Let's hope. So, speaking of being new, something we've been doing every morning at the Discovery School is our mission statement. And students recite this mission statement, something that we want every child to know and believe wholeheartedly. So let's put Miss Hopkins on a test mode. Miss Hopkins, what is that student mission?
Our mission here at Discovery
At Discovery
School.
School.
At
Yes,
Discovery
at this
School.
place. Not
is
any of
to-
those other 5, but at Discovery School.
Is to creatively challenge students to explore, discover, and develop their personal and academic potential.
Very good. And I think that kind of goes with that whole child mindset, right?
Sure does.
We love
sure
the whole
does.
child here at Discovery School. Next, want to give praises. Miss Hopkins has been a huge help at our arrival and dismissal. Many of you see her out there waving over the pedestrians as we're trying to unload. It has been a remarkable start.
It's been awesome. I've been so excited, and it's gone so fast, and everybody's doing what we ask them to do.
It's just been a
Love
blessing.
it. Love it.
Few hiccups. Just remember, parents, Woodmore, the cross street, whether you're in the 3rd through 6th line or if you're going on Houston on K2 line, that Woodmore road is not to be used on either side. We can't use those to try to
Cut in front of people?
cut right in.
Ooh.
That's like what the
Not
little
wanna cut in
little
front.
ones get really mad about that one. One of excuse me makes me choke too, because I don't want to have to go talk to any of us about cutting, because that's a big deal to our Discovery students. It's an essential too, and parents, I hope you're going to hear your students, your children, and I'm going to lose my voice, so I'm going to give it to Miss Hopkins if I have to, and put her on the spot again. You should be hearing them talking about essentials, and essentials are something we are going to adopt here at the Discovery School. And if you have not heard of this person, I want you to look him up. This is Ron Clark, and he has an academy in Atlanta, and he is a phenomenal educator renowned throughout the nation and beyond. He does several different things. The houses, which we implemented last year, came from Ron Clark Academy, as well as the essentials that we're doing this year. So ask your student and your children, what is their classroom essential? And ask, what are the Discovery School essentials overall? You will learn a lot about essentials and why we're implementing them. It's all about character and being the best person you can be, which is one of our
School-wide essentials.
amazing. So think about it as this. The 3 pillars of our school are going to be our respectful, responsible,
And
remarkable.
every day.
Every day.
Every day.
So that's who we are, and our essentials are what we're gonna
How we're going to act.
How we're gonna act.
What we're going to show people.
what we're gonna do every day to be those 3 different pillars. So who we are the pillars, and what we do are our essentials, and that good character we show. So please ask students about that and learn about the essentials of Discovery. You'll want to be a part of that. Next, so Miss Hopkins, I don't know if this happened at John Pittard and Cason Lane. I know it did actually, because I was assistant principal at John Pittard
was gonna say.
for a year. But we have family events often.
Yes.
John Pittard was a large campus.
Very.
You, I'm sure, had the gym full of people as well,
All the time.
all the time. One thing that is something important that I have all my parents here, because it's going to unfortunately be Miss Hopkins and I as those cops out there doing this patrol. But parents, please understand when we do have events and siblings are coming, especially when it's the play or music or any kind of
Yes.
performance. Your younger siblings that are coming to be a part of our event must remain with you in your seats, with you and not running around the gym,
Yes.
not getting up on those bleachers. They like to climb up those bleachers, Miss Hopkins, and they're so high, and that's just such a danger.
And especially on the stage.
Especially on the stage.
Right.
We actually have had a student fall off.
Mm-hmm.
So please, parents, know the expectation at Discovery, because we do have a lot of family events, that when we welcome siblings and families in, we expect a level of conduct and behavior from all visitors. And if your children, the younger ones, the babies, the toddlers, they do get fussy, because it happens. We all get kind of antsy and tired of sitting around.
Right.
Please go out into that ESP office area and take a break so that it does not interrupt or disturb the rest of the performance of those around us. Very, very important etiquette, and I know that we're going to work together to respect that of all. Next, emails. Please make sure that you are receiving the Friday emails that I send out to you. That is the major communication that I have here at the Discovery, so I don't always have to call them. Otherwise, you're going to be hearing us all the time and kids all the time. So check those emails Friday. If you are not getting them, you need to check Skyward and make sure that the email is correct in that system.
Right.
I do get some sent back to me saying undelivered. So please check that as well. Teacher policy. Those of you that have been with me for a long time, 5 years now, you've heard me talk about the teacher policy of when you have an issue with anything happening with your child in a classroom. I'm going to let Ms. Hopkins, because I think I want to show parents this is not just a Maddox thing. This is not just a Discovery School thing. This is something that administrators do across the board, because it's what is right when we have issues. So, Ms. Hopkins, what do you think the teacher policy is here?
So one of the things that I always ask if a parent calls to me or if they have something that they'd like to discuss, the very first thing I say is, have you spoken to your teacher about this?
Beautiful.
Because if you haven't spoken to the teacher about it, we haven't given them an opportunity to change it.
So I'm going to joke with you parents. A lot of people have already said that we're like little Twinkies and thing one and thing two. And I will tell you, I'm excited to have Ms. Hopkins, because our philosophies are a lot alike. So yes, she shares that same philosophy, and it is important to give teachers the benefit of the doubt and respect them to know they won't do anything differently to learning, to treatment, or anything. Just give them that respect to make things right. Next, parents. Please know, student-led conferences. You did those at John Pitter, correct?
Love them.
Yes.
They're so exciting.
District-wide. So one thing my teachers have heard this year, and our teachers have heard this year, is that student-led is not an option. That is something that will happen in the fall and in the spring. If you are needing additional conferencing with your teacher, please work that out now, because students are expected to take that ownership and to be able to share what they're doing, because it's them doing the work. They need to be the ones to be speaking about it, not us grown-ups. So please know student-led will happen in the fall and in the spring, and it's not an option whether we do it or not. The expectation is all will be able to have that opportunity. Last but not least, tell me about what you think about our technology here at Discovery School.
Oh my gosh, I've been so excited walking in to the science lab and getting to play with the VR. So excited.
Tell them the story about your first experience.
Well, I don't know that, I won't tell who.
Don't tell who.
I won't tell who.
Don't tell who, because we don't want to throw anyone under the bus.
I went in to play the VR and get my first real experience with it. I am walking on the plank and you feel like you really are there. My brain really thought I was hanging out on this plank about 23 stories high. I was a little rocky, even though I was on the flat ground. And my balance was a little off. And someone thought that it would be funny to do this to me, and I went all the way over.
And it wasn't me, promise.
It wasn't her.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't her.
So, yes, and she fell off the plank.
I fell all the way off the plank.
Students will probably have the same experience, because that virtual reality is feeling like it's real. And it's thanks to the Explore Fund that we have that here at the Discovery School. So parents, know that your two major components of getting things for your students is the PTA and the Smart Card fundraiser.
Right.
And then that Explore Fund with the committee that works with us to get things here that are unique, special, different, and enriching for students in their learning experience. We hope to get more VR systems.
Yes.
We hope to keep that 3D printer filled with the stuff that they need to get that 3D printing done. And we hope to get more Lego robotics here at Discovery School. So that absolutely takes the support of our parents to get this phenomenal stuff going. that's about it. We know it's a little bit long, but this is our first opportunity to say, hey, welcome back. Welcome back. And I won't sing anymore, but we are so glad that you're here. We look forward to a phenomenal year. As always, our doors are always open. If we're not there, we will get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you, Discovery School parents, for making this first year back in 2017 one of our best so far. Bye.